It's no longer a conspiracy. And again,
stand up, New York Mets fans, for better or worse. Tonight, it's David Peterson against Zach Wheeler on the mound for both sides. And anyone who knows me knows I got a bad feeling about this. Lineup is as follows: Benj, Bichette, Soto, Young, Ewing, Semien, Bainey, Alvarez, Torrens for the Mets, who are in right, short, at short, in left, first base, center field, second base, third base, DH, and catching respectively. For Philadelphia, it's Schwarber, it's Turner at short, Schwarber DHing, Harper at first, Bohm at third, Edmundo Sosa in left. Marsh is going to be playing right tonight. JT Realmuto catching, Derek Hill in center, and Bryson Stott batting ninth. Last time out, the Mets got massacred 15-3 by Philadelphia, capped off by a hat trick of homers by Kyle Schwarber and a cycle by Bryce Harper. Happy Father's Day by the BTW. Get that right.
that the oversight project has won a victory. It looks like
Jason Benetti, John Franco, and John Kruk. How ironic. A Met alum and a Philly alum in the broadcast booth tonight.
all this come out, and I think people are going to be shocked when they hear Biden on these tapes. There's a reason why they're trying to stop this, because once it's out, people are going to start to realize that this guy was really messed up. This guy was against the entire country, and he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
The fake news and everyone else covered for him because, again, Ghostwriter knew this. The people that worked in the book knew this. The individual who was investigating his classified documents knew this. They all knew it. And everyone's now seeing because Obama's garbage can opened up his presidential library.
I mean, for as much crap heap as I've given the Mets, you wonder how Franco and Kruk are going to get along in the booth. I'd rather see the two of them let heads roll between both of them and let them beat each other up and have a wrestling match tonight. Now, if this game is going to be as bad as it was last night. And there's Anthony Rizzo from inside the pitch. Mets come into this 34-42. This is their 77th game of the year. Same number of games for Philadelphia. Their record, 41-35. Both teams got a bit of breathing room, got a bit of sigh of relief today as Atlanta got crushed by the Brew Crew, who got a salvage against them. 10 pitches it starts this year, a 2.01 ERA, 6.1 record, 62 and 2.3 innings pitched, 62-15 strikeout to walk ratio, whip of 0.85. This is his fourth consecutive Father's Day start for Zach Wheeler, and it might be his last if we don't get a 2027 season. Remember, Zach having that surgery earlier last year, having that thoracic issue, he's openly stated he's hanging it up after 2027. He doesn't want what happened to Steven Strasburg in Washington happen to him. Carlos Mendoza, 206 and 194 is Met manager. This is his third year, and he has been under the gun with Met fans since this time last year with his boneheaded decision making. Many smarter Met fans like myself know he's basically the puppet of one David Stearns. And as soon as this season's over, everyone knows Mendoza is going to go, and Stearns is going to get stripped of his position as general manager because Cohen will say, enough is enough, you dim-witted motherfucker. You cost me my setup. And I hope you rot as a GM. Hey, salute Kenny. Happy Father's Day. Just getting ready to start Mets Phillies game 3 of 3 if you want to hop in. I think I just sent you the link. Links, just sent you the link, Kenny, if you want to hop in. Wheeler warming up on the mound. He'll face Carson Bench to start the game. And thank God I am doing this on Aboriginal. One thing I hate about doing this game this way is it being on NBC is twofold. One, during the summer months, my NBC networks tend to fade in and out on me due to the heat. Two, Peacock is always 2 or 3 pitches behind the pitch cast, and it pisses me off. In 8 of his 10 starts, Wheeler has given up 2 or fewer runs. And unlike someone like, say, Jacob deGrom or Nolan McLean, the Phillies have managed to hold the line when that happens. Carson Bench had a 2-run homer last night in the 8th inning, one of the only spark in the 7th or 8th inning for the Mets, one of the only good spots New York had last night. Granted, 5 of their 7 hits were singles. The other 2, a solo bomb by Vientos in the 4th that broke up the shutout, which had been our stomp. And I'm going to be blunt. That game last night proved Freddie Peralta is not starter 1 material. He's a piece of garbage who should be demoted to starter 5. And either Nolan McLean or when he gets back, Clay Holmes should be starter 1. Not that dim-witted piece of shit. And you know what's even worse? Tomorrow the Mets go home to face the Cubs for 4, and they have to put Senga back on the mound. A man who has been doubling down on playing through a lumbar infection. That is something where you play it safe and let him sit and leave him to rot for the rest of the year. Philadelphia saved the second most defensive runs, 28, or second fewest, I should say, which is bad when you think about it. Okay, suit yourself. And first pitch at 7:27 p.m. Granted, I'm still single when you think about it, but yeah. Do we have any legitimate dads between both networks? Zach Wheeler's arsenal, fat four-seamer, sinker, splitter, sweeper, cutter, curveball, predominantly relying on the four-seamer, but his best pitch is his curveball, even though he doesn't use it all that much, especially when you consider that hitters are batting at the Mendoza line when he does go out of his way to use it. What the fuck are pro-algae protesters? First pitch. Heater, and Bench takes a big cut, but he misses 0-1. It was dead center of the plate, too. Curveball in the dirt, split finger in the dirt, 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Wheeler. Big cut, but it's going to go foul and into the seats. 1-2. Foul at the plate. We'll do it again. That one was the curveball that, again, Wheeler hasn't used all that much this season. One-two pitch. And Bench goes down swing. Got him with the split finger out of the zone. 1 down. Here's Bo Bichette. Foul to the screen behind the plate. 0-1. A little late on the fastball. Bichette at this point has been having a bad season he'd rather forget, with a batting average of .251, 8 homers and 42 RBIs. Swings and misses. Ironic that he leads the Mets with runs batted in at 42, and yet Soto has 17 home runs. Chase the sweeper. 0-2 pitch. This time he doesn't pursue the sweeper. That went way outside. 1-2. And once again, like the brain-dead pieces of shit that they are, the Mets are showing no discipline at the plate. Strike 3, another sweeper out of the zone. I don't know why the fuck Bo Bichette is chasing that kind of a pitch. Dumbass. Here's Soto. I mean, I am ready to just... Hi, Nick. First pitch to Soto, swung on a miss. Yeah, but this is not a title-chasing squad, Nick. This is a crap heap built on a stupid political agenda. 1-1. One with the four-seamer. 1-1 pitch. Goes too far in with the cut fastball. 2-1.
They only care about power. And to achieve power, they would destroy our nation if that was what they deemed necessary. It's basically the same ethos that caused them to...
That's fouled at the plate. 2-2. One with the sweeper. One with the sweep.
To coexist with these people unless they change. And eventually they will change. But it's going to take time. And remember, this is not the majority of the people. Yes, there's a small percentage that continually pushes it. Again, when you look at reflecting pool,
curveball low, full count.
Trying to damage this.
So he's going to use his timeout.
That are out there. The majority of this country, they want this country to look beautiful. They're all for this country. And you can see Trump.
You can see if he can actually put the fucking ball in play.
He has now replaced Air Force One with the new one. And if you notice,
line drive, snatched by Stott on the dive, throw, got him, inning over.
Now, why did he do this? Well, Brad Fitzgerald looked at the old one and looked at the new one. The new page scheme is boldly understated.
So 2 strikeouts and a ground out on 15 pitches. About the minimum you want your pitcher to get out of the inning with. About the maximum you want your pitcher to get out of the first inning with. Let's see if Peterson can get a fucking clean inning, something Peralta couldn't do at all last night. If he doesn't, this is where you need to fire Mendoza for his incompetence. I mean, seriously, if Peterson has a hip issue again, why double down on bringing him back out? You'd be better off benching him for the rest of the year. Or forcing him under a damn knife. But again, Mendoza is a brainless, idiotic, strung up, puppet-minded cunt. Or else to the race. The race at Naval Base Coronado, for those wondering. $16 to go. The current leader is Carson Hostar. Then Larson. Pitch, ball one to Turner. Peterson has been dog shit this year, mostly due to that hip issue he's tried to cover up. 2-0. Turner's not in a good year this year, to be perfectly fair, though. Takes a sinker, catches the inside corner, 2-1. That's fouled off, 2-2. Peterson's going to go to the curveball, and it falls short, low, full count. Too far in, ball 4. And Turner's on with a leadoff walk. Fuck you, Carlos Mendoza, for this incompetency. I hope you get pink slipped sooner rather than later. Though I know at the soonest, you're getting fired when this season's over. Because I know Steve Cohen has seen what the hell this dumbass is doing with this team. He's ruined the team from last June to now. Now with his dumbass gambling, dumbass decision making, foul tip on the slider, 0-1 by Schwarber. They've had one of the worst records going back to in baseball, going back to last June. He has no sense of agency in that dugout. 1-1. And this team has sucked horse dick since last June because of that twit. And because of that brain dead cunt. 2-1. And he goes outside, 3-1. This is why fuckwads like Peterson, who are pitching hurt, need to go under the knife instead of doubling down and bringing them out, whether it's bulk arms or as starters. But no, Mendoza's a dead, brain-dead cunt fucker who would rather burn his pitching core to the fucking ground because of how stupid he is. Whoever the next manager is, better be qualified, be willing to tell Stearns no, and not an over-analytic, gambling-obsessed little twat from the New York Yankees. That's fouled. I mean, that's a leftover from the fucking New York Yankees. Hell, if I was the GM of this team, I would stop all the games with this team basically kissing ass to select people groups. Because this team does not need to be a team of have a front office that's full of fucking suck-ups. And another walk from this dim-witted cunt. And this is what Bryce Harper did last night. Homer in the first, double in the third, single in the second, triple, single in the third, triple in the fifth. Ball one, and Torrens is not going to challenge this again. This is 3 fucking hitters in a row that Peterson has fallen behind on. Can we get this dimwit fucker off the mound, please? That's fouled off, 1-1. Strike 2. I'm sorry for being this pissed with this team, folks, but I can't I just can't bullshit or even sugarcoat this. But there is no way for me to sugarcoat this, even as a Met fan of 30 fucking years. And now Peterson's on the cusp of walking another batter because he's a fucking twat who's trying to be cute instead of just throwing it over the middle. Just throw it over the damn middle of the plate, you little cunt fucker. Swing and a miss, and this time he finally gets these dumbasses, this team to chase. Strike 3. Here comes Alec Boehm. His track record against Peterson speaks for itself. First pitch, strike 1. Pop foul, and that's going into the seats behind the plate. 0-2. One and two. Ground ball, scooped up, and pulled off the bag. A run's going to come home. 1-0 Philadelphia. Just put that ball in your damn pocket. Jesus. Seriously, Brett, I get you haven't played third base in 24 hours, but come on. Anyone would have, you've been in this team for what, 5 years? Anyone would have the brain, no, you're not going to get that ball to Jared Young. Just put that damn ball in your pocket, step on the bag, and get the force out. Stupid son of a bitch. You were right there at the bag. Just step on it and get the force out. That's all you had to do. Or at least dive for the base and try to get the force out. Or better yet, just stick that ball in your pocket. That's all you had to do. Just stick that ball in your pocket. Infield hit and ground ball. That's going to score another run. Safe. Fuck you. Bichette too slow to get the ball out of his glove. And now it's 2-0 Philadelphia. It's fucking deja vu. Can this team wake the fuck up? Before I decide to hunt each of them down and pick them off one by one. Ball one. I mean, at this point, enough is enough. I don't care that I got to do the games in a couple of weekends against Atlanta. One on the 4th of July and the other on the 5th. I mean, this season's already lost to me, so don't get me wrong. Wrong, Mets fans. The sooner we get rid of Carlos Mendoza, and the sooner that we, as fans of this team, rise up and demand Steve Cohen strip David Stearns of his position as general manager of the New York Mets, instead of focusing on his fucking casino, focusing on being a panderer to certain political groups, and instead of lying to the fan base, strip Stearns of his position of power. Strike three. As the GM. Hire someone who knows what it takes to build a winning roster. Hire someone who is not influenced by political bullshit. And hire someone who puts anybody who does that kind of shit under the gun. In and out of the locker room. And the fact this is Peterson's first start in almost a month is sickening. And they decided to double down on putting him out there tonight. Line drive caught by Young, inning over. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left. 2-0 Philadelphia after the first. as I was saying, and we hire a manager who has a fucking brain, who will not. If I'm in Doza, I'd rather. I mean, I would. No, that didn't get him. That didn't get him. Outside 2-1. Splitter's staying up instead of hooking down for a lot of these pitches thrown lately by Wheeler. 2 balls and a strike. Just misses the outside edge, 3-1. So what do you do if you're Ewing? Green light or do you red light this? And if you're Young, do you take off? If it's down the left field line, that's going to hook foul. Full count. So what do you do if you're Jared Young? I mean, you're not a fast base runner, so you're not taking off here. Payoff pitch. Split finger, driven the right center field. That's going to fall. Marsh has to play on a hop, and Young hits the brakes. He'll stop at second. Good job getting into the gap by Marsh, I do have to admit. First pitch to Simeon. Catches the upper outside corner, 0-1 with the sweeper. Simeon's had a shit heap of a season. 222 batting average, 9 homers, and 29 RBIs with a 635 OPS. I mean, he's at least on pace for his 15-homer quota. Oh, and 2 as he fouls that one off. I think it went to the backstop or it hit the plate. I don't know. Probably went to the backstop. On a sinker that didn't sink. In the dirt, 1-2. How I miss you, Nemo. One-two line. Caught, and everyone hit. Caught in the air by Bohm, and everyone hits the brakes. 1 down. That was a lazy line shot. Unlike Wagaman last night, Bohm didn't trap that one. Here's Brett Beatty. And Beatty pops this fucker up to Bohm in foul territory. Are you shitting me? 2 down. First pitch he sees, and he chases after it. Does this kid have no plate discipline? Or very little of it? I have a feeling we're demolishing this core when we get to the trade deadline. We're gonna go fire sale mode like we did in 2023. Get rid of Vientos, get rid of Beatty. Because again, we are not showing any fucking discipline. Ground ball to Bohm, and he'll get the final out. Is there no fucking plate discipline on this team? Even outside of Soto. No runs. 2 hits. It's 2 stranded. After you had runners on first side, criminal squad. And squad after who's nothing and president of baseball operations. God, I really do sound like Donald when it comes to baseball. And why is it nobody's going to talk about the political ramifications of what's going on in the front office with the Mets? Simple. That stupid little media deal Obama made that allowed the mainstream to be as left wing and to be as liberal, to be as propaganda piecing as possible. And it doesn't matter which side of the media, which political side of the aisle they're on, left or right. And another fucking stream lag. This is horseshit. And out of the four major sports, I've torn down my audience to basketball, to football, to hockey, to wrestling. Okay, that's five, but you get my point. I don't really care much for stock car racing anymore, so that aisle's been smashed, especially since many of the avant-garde hung up their helmets, their gloves. There's a pass. Ball one to Hill. Fouled off 1-1. Speaking of which, let's see how the Underhill 250 is going. Okay, 8 to go. Leader is Tyler Reddick now. Bubba Wallace has come back from losing a tire early in the second stage of the race. Two and two. Bubba's up to third for those wondering. Derek Hill, didn't know he was a 13th. This is his 13th year in the league. He's drafted by the Tigers. He got acquired on June 11th after he got let go by the White Sox. And another full count for Peterson. Can he stop just trying to be cute? I mean, look, the ABS system has fucked up a lot of pitchers. Freddie Peralta, Kodai Senga, a couple of pitchers on other teams. Chopped. Baby will scoop it up. And this time he'll get a clean throw to Young, one down. Strike one. Two and one. Driven to the right in the center field. That's a base hit for Stott. And we go back to the top of the lineup. 2-0. Three-0 pitch. Got him to look at that one. 3-1. You have to take that one. Swing and a miss. Full count. In the center field again. Base hit. Ewing will cut it off. And Stott hits the brakes going station to station. And the Phillies are doing the same thing the Mets did to them in the first inning, but with 1 out instead of 2. Two and 0. 1-0. And to anyone who doesn't like, I've gotten into some political diatribe during this game call. I'm sorry for opening Pandora's box, but I'm someone who would rather tell harsh truths than comfortable lies. Fly ball, right field, gone, 5-0 Philadelphia. Schwarber with his 29th. And Schwarber has got home run number 29 on the season. It's fucking deja vu because of Mendoza's incompetence. Get the noose ready, folks, because I think we should be getting ready to hang this boneheaded piece of shit who calls himself a manager. And Schwarber hits one down the right field line. That's that was Hall. That was Harper down the right field line towards the wall for a double. Get this piece of scum who calls himself a pitcher off the mound. Anyone with half a brain knows you don't throw in on Kyle Schwarber's hands. That's where he likes to hit them. You boneheaded fuckers. Bunch of brain dead cunts. That's what this team is. It's a bunch of cunts. Strike one to Bohm. One. I mean, when you consider that the Mets front office is made up of nothing but political ass kissers who would rather sweep their conflict avoidance and political infighting under the rug instead of talk about it, frustrates me. Soto comes in on a pop fly shot left center. He'll make the catch, 2 down. It's foul off 1-1. One, two. Torrance fake throwing back to second. ABS system confirms strike. Philadelphia loses a challenge at least. Fouled off. And again, in a couple of weeks, I got to do this same shit back-to-back nights when the Mets play Atlanta. Thank God I'm not doing this again next week when these two teams play each other in New York. Thank fucking God. Two and two in the dirt. And when Stearns gets demoted after this season, I want my revenge. I mean, I think this fan base wants one thing, and that's revenge. Ground ball to Bichette, inning over, but not before the Mets give up 3 on 3 hits. The big one, Schwarber's 29th bomb. 5-0 Philadelphia through 2. I mean, at this point, when it comes to this team, my rage is comparable to 87 era Casey Jones. I just have this uncontrollable urge to break something and someone. I mean, give me every sporting good you can get your paws on. A baseball bat, a hockey stick, golf club, devil stick, lacrosse stick, sledgehammer, tennis racket if I had. Hell, I'll even take a willow. Well, if I had to. I even smack this front office upside the head with a... for those who don't know what a willow is, it's a cricket bat. It's the bat. It's one of the names for the bat that's used in cricket. And I know you're probably going to say, really, Mets? A cricket bat? Nobody understands cricket. You got to know what a to quote Raphael, cricket. Nobody understands cricket. You got to know what a crumpet is to understand. Oh, 4 hits, excuse me. Coming down to the final lap, Corey Heim is taking the lead. Is he going to do it? First pitch to Terrence, and he'll take ball 1 that just misses the corner. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Got him to chase the 4-seamer up and in, up over the middle. And at the finish, Corey Heim will take the checkered flag in the Onduril 250 at the Coronado Naval Base. 1-2 on the foul by Terrence. I need something to take my mind off how bad this game is for the Mets, folks. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 on the night for Zach Wheeler. Richie Ashburn, Roger McDowell, Lenny Dykstra, Zach Wheeler. All men who have played for both teams over the decades. Ball 1 to bench. Bench hits this one. Deep left field. It's going back to the track, to the wall, and the Mets are on the board. Home run number 9 for Carson.
And so he gets up one deep center track near the wall, and it's out of here! Time and ahead, 0-2. And he flies one out to right field. That goes Tucker to the warning track. Back in the field. It's out of here! 1-2 Alonso. And he lifts one out to right field, chasing Rodin back to the warning track, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso goes the other way.
Why the hell are you chasing everything, Bo? Either way, 5-1 right now, Philadelphia after the bench home run. For Carson, that's home run number 9 on the season. So the Mets get to the starting pitching in Philadelphia a little faster than they did last night. 2-2. Three and two. Pop ground ball. Chopped in the air. Throw to first by Bohm. In time, 2 away. Ball 1 to Soto in the dirt. For what I'm listening to, it's a radio drama episode. Ball 2. To a pitch. Soto gets a good piece of wood on this one. That's going to go into the gap for a base hit. But Soto's going to try to gamble, and down he goes. Inning over. Should have just stayed on first, you dumbass. Hit's going to count, but he got tagged out trying to gamble, going to third, running for second. That is not, you should just hit the brakes on that. Mets get 1 run on 2 hits, 5-1 through 2.5 in favor of Philadelphia. I really need a new computer these days. Oh.
Hey.
I swear I need a new computer one of these days, Vinny.
Why? How are you?
This thing is still fine. This is a MacBook 12 I'm using. OS 12.
Seth, I'll tell you something. You know, we have fun on here. You'll joke around, use the C word. I'll say MF all the time. But there comes a time when we're not even joking to make the audience laugh. This is just disgusting. And to think that we have to go through this.
I know. I've even stated to everyone on the channels how pissed I am. Some people will take this for a laugh, but I'm being dead serious.
I know you are. It's very, very hard to deal with this. And it's not even that it's not even July yet. That's not even what bothers me. What bothers me is, you know what? Philadelphia was playing terrible. They go out on a limb, make a managerial change. The team's won 32 out of 47 or something. And the Mets the same thing every goddamn time they play. It's ridiculous.
48.
48?
48. 32 out of 40.
This is just terrible. And it doesn't seem like any answer.
Yeah,
well, look,
instead doing the same thing.
Well, you know what it is? We really have no one else to pitch. Who else is going to pitch? Obviously, Tong's not ready, Seth.
We know. I know. I mean, we should just ship him out and find someone on the cheap from another team. I mean, that's what Stearns is best at, being a fucking skinflint and finding pieces on the cheap, is he not? Valdoff. Is he not, Vinny?
Yeah, he you know what it is? He wants to spend money on what he thinks. He has such an ego where he thinks he knows better than everybody. And look, maybe he does. I'm not saying he's a stupid. Obviously, he's not a stupid guy, Seth. But you know what? If it's not working for 145 games, you have to do something.
Last year.
Yes, you have to do something. First of all, I'm afraid they're going to really set these kids back. I think Benj and Ewing, they're going to see this garbage. And I don't want to see Brett Beatty anymore. I don't really care if you go. You know what? I'm okay if you play Zach Short at third base for the rest of the season. I mean it. I just can't see Brett Beatty anymore. Because you know what? We didn't have to hear about Zach Scott or whatever his name is being our answer. So, okay? But I'm sick of seeing Beatty. Beatty is horrible.
Not right field. And you could say the same for Vientos, but at least he had one good year under his belt.
Right. Beatty had a good second half last year, but you know what? Obviously, it was a mirage.
Kind of like Vientos is 2024, and most people would be content with just letting Jared Young play that spot for the rest of the year.
I just don't know what
oh,
do we
look,
do
we've
here?
got a Where's Waldo cosplayer in the park tonight.
Did you ever go to this park? Did you ever go here for a game?
I've never been to Citizens Bank. The last one I've been to in the major level was Great American.
It's the same designer that made this stadium, I believe, did Citi Field. There's one designer or two designers that do most of the stadiums. I think Baltimore, they're very similar. You know, they're very fan friendly. It's a nice park to go to a game.
How many times have you been to CBP?
Probably 3 or 4 times.
Almost all of them against the Mets?
Yes.
How I want to punch the Philly fanatic and give him the same treatment Tommy Lasorda did in '88.
You want to punch him?
Oh, come on. I mean, you remember that one time in '88 when he instigated Lasorda?
I remember that. I do remember that. Yeah, Lasorda didn't take any crap.
Getting Yuppie tossed out of a game.
Yeah? Hubie, you said, or me?
Yuppie.
Hubie. Did you like
Right.
Hubie?
You know the former mascot. No, I said Yuppie. You know, the former mascot of the mascot of the Canadians.
Oh, okay.
You know, that orange Quebecois version of the Fanatic?
Yeah. I will be right back. I've been on hold with my bank. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, my guest for the night, the Brooklyn guy, who I usually come on to his streams after Met games, is busy with his bank account. We're 3 innings through, 5-0 Philadelphia. Mets do win the 3rd inning. Granted, they only got 1 damn run out of it. They'll have basically middle of the order, Young, Ewing, and Simeon due up. I'm surprised Corey Heim got the win tonight in this afternoon in the Naval Base race. Better than first pitch to Young. Cat misses the outside corner on 1-0. Two and 0. Going sinker. 3-0. Wheeler behind the 8 ball now, despite the 4-run cushion. Is Young going to get red light or green light? Of course, referring that on this day, 2 years ago, Jim Bunning threw a perfect game against the Mets. Granted, the 64 Mets were rancid, oozing, barbecue, dripping, maggot-infested dog shit of a franchise that was still in its infancy. 3-1. Is there no discipline at the plate, Jared? You could have just let that one go and you would have gone to first by default. Full count. Strike 3. I wouldn't have done that. That caught the outside edge. No challenge. Or there is going to be a challenge, but I think this was a stupid move by Young. And yep, right there. Call confirmed. Third strike. 1 down. Should have just chased that one.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Last perfect game in baseball was the Domingo Germán game a week from tonight, 3 years ago in Oakland.
Really?
When he was a Yankee before his drug issues caught up with him.
And there it is. Yeah. Number 0, right?
Yeah. Of course,
So,
the Yankees ended up getting bit by injury that year, and they ended up nearly finishing in the basement of the division and allowed Baltimore to fly away with the title with the division crown that year.
So, what do you really think here? Without, we'll try to be serious. Then, I'm going to be going on in about an hour, and of course, you're welcome to join me when you're done with your thing. What do we do here? Do you think that Mendoza truly will just not get fired this year?
Again, Stearns still needs a shield. I wouldn't be too damn shocked if he extended him.
Well, let me ask you a question, Seth. Honestly, if the Mets went on after tonight to lose 12 straight, you think Mendoza would get fired? Like, do you think they'd have no choice, that there would be a mutiny, that they'd have to do it, even though he didn't want to do it? You think he'd have to?
Probably, because at that point, the fans would be breaking down the door at Citi Field and ready to lynch his ass.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch to Ewing. Chopper to first, scooped up by Harper, flipped to Wheeler, 2 down.
This is terrible.
And all because this team's front office is a bunch of fucking ass political suck-ups.
I know.
Why couldn't we get an owner who doesn't give a shit about politics, who doesn't give a shit about people-pleasing?
Because you're in New York.
I mean, the Steinbrenner's were pretty hard set to keep the Yankees apolitical, were they not?
It was a different time a few years ago, Seth. A lot has changed in the last 5-6 years.
I'm just saying. George Steinbrenner was hell-bent on keeping the Yankees out of politics. Yes or no?
Absolutely. It was easier to do it, Seth, back then, though. Now you've had too much unrest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
and besides, at the end of the day, George and Rudy were legitimate friends. There was no need to suck up, right?
Yeah.
1-2.
This is just brutal.
Actually, I think George was friends with every mayor of New York during his time.
Well, he was a big contributor.
True. Popped up. And this will stay on the outside of the dugout. Realmuto will catch it. Inning over.
Terrible.
Clean inning for Wheeler. 5-1 through 3.5.
This is so brutal.
I mean,
You
we did
just
say
you know
last
what
night
it
the
is,
Mets
Seth,
lose this
too?
game. This was against Wheeler. This was something we were going to expect.
Yeah, you know what the thing
Did
is?
not.
I yes, but I just can't watch Peterson anymore. Like, how much do you have to see a guy? And you know what? Tong must really not be ready, Seth, because I can't imagine they'd be throwing this garbage out there. They're probably really afraid they're going to ruin his progress, Tong. You know, if they bring him up and he gets shelled, they're probably afraid of that. And I can almost understand that, you know?
I mean, considering the kid's basically a 2-pitch pony anyway.
Yeah. And that was another thing. It's been over a year and he hasn't developed that third pitch yet. Yeah, that concerns me too. I'm sure it's not easy to develop a third pitch, but supposedly he was working on one. And what happened? All of it, you don't hear a word about it anymore.
Hi, William.
I'm going to change my live time this way I can stay on here with you. I was originally set for I don't even know what time I was originally set for.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded starting someone like maybe a Oscar Brazaban as. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brazaban's been great. I'll make this
Probably the only
9:30.
good pitcher in the bullpen. And I wouldn't mind seeing him in the All-Star game as a bullpen arm.
Well, that's another question that I'm going to really raise tonight on my show. I'll push my show to 9:35. We'll have an hour. Met possibilities for the All-Star team. I would think Soto would be one, right? Brazaban or
Yes.
Weaver. Weaver's had a
True.
top-notch bullpen year.
Oh, true. Maybe
He'd have
McLean.
to probably. Well, how many more starts you have before the All-Star game? What will he have? 3?
I know he's got one coming up against the Cubs this coming week. I don't understand why they're starting Senga tomorrow. When again, instead of doubling down on bringing him back with a damn lumbar infection, shut his ass down.
I agree. I agree. I just
Strike 3. Get Stott swinging. Let's go back to the 1990 All-Star game in Wrigley Field, the last time John Franco was in there, and of course the 92 and 93 All-Star games for John Kruk. Of course, the most infamous of the two was the latter. Oh, and the 2016 for Rizzo. Of course, the most infamous with Kruk in the All-Star game. You remember that game in Baltimore in 93?
No.
Basically, he goes up to bat against Randy Johnson. I think it's in the middle inning. And the first pitch, Johnson throws it over his head and nearly gives Kruk a heart attack. Then the next 3 pitches, Kruk is so far back in the bat on the edge of the batter's box, and he just swings at all 3 pitches with little to no effort. And
really?
misses them. Uh-huh.
I didn't remember that.
The game is up on YouTube if you want to try to track it down.
I'll have to check it out. I like what you did here with this MLB
Thanks.
on here. I like that.
2-1 pitch is low, 3-1. The only downside is that this thing always jumps the gun when compared to the live cast.
You know what the interesting thing, though, Seth, is? Peterson, his control has been terrible. They really haven't hit him all that hard, but Schwarber's counts as like 5 at bats, that shot. But they dunked him into center field a couple of times. It's, you know what? When you're continually behind in the count, you can't fool anybody. That's the problem.
This was Schwarber's last at bat. The at bat Schwarber's had tonight. He walked him, and then this shot in the second.
He is incredible, huh?
I wonder if he's on a PD binge.
You know, the thing with Schwarber, you make a mistake to him, and it's going.
Yeah,
especially in this stadium.
Namely throwing the ball in on his hands. Because where all 4 of his home runs in this series come from? When a ball is a heater that gets thrown in on his hands.
Yeah. Well, you're not really going to beat him with a fastball. Unless you're throwing 99.
Throwing on his hands, he's going to crush it.
Yeah, if you're throwing 99, you might beat him on the hands. Not at 95, you're not going to. And Peterson doesn't have enough movement on his pitch. You know, he doesn't have that riding fastball. But this is very, very discouraging. You know, and look, it's 5-1. You know, we're in the 4th inning here.
Got him swinging.
The Mets hit a 2-run homer. It's 5-3. You know, I'm not saying this is
insurmountable.
No, it's not, because the ball flies out.
Compared to last night, this is at least an improvement.
How many pitches has Weaver thrown this game?
Wheeler, you mean?
Wheeler, because they won't let him go more than 95.
It's got to be somewhere around 60 or 70 at this point.
So you're only going to probably have him for 6. And the Philly bullpen is hittable. You got to get a couple of runners on. What? Let me see if I can get it here.
He's thrown 6.
So he's probably 2 more innings.
3 pitches.
You're probably going to go against this bullpen the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
63.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need a little traffic, and you're going to need a long ball.
But it depends on if this team or show a lot of plate discipline and stack his damn count, something they haven't been able to do most of this game.
I know. This is just so disheartening, because I really, truly thought I didn't think we'd be down 5-1 in the 4th here. I thought we'd be down 2-1 maybe. But I will tell you this much. This is also a lingering effect.
Especially when this is reminding you of that little stretch in 08 when the Mets couldn't hit anything but singles or homers.
And this also reminds me too much of Freddie Peralta here, where Peralta just, all the goodwill you had going in, you can't come in here and give up 10 runs in an inning and 2/3, or 2 and 2/3. You can't do it. You just really can't do it. It's a shame. Because every time you think you have a little bit of a shot, you don't. I don't know what we can do here. It's just very disheartening here. And we have the Cubs coming in, which would have been amazing. You hit 2 of 3 here, and then you got the Cubs coming in.
The Cubs got a day off today because they're – and you know what's funny? The Cubs got a day off today because their game against Toronto got washed out.
Yeah.
Strike 1 is Beatty. 1-1.
I think you're ahead of me. Oh, this is Beatty again? Oh, my God. Seth, I really just can't watch him anymore. I know it sounds – I'm not doing it to be funny. I just can't watch this guy anymore. It's always a pop out to third. He has the worst at-bats. No pitch recognition.
2-1 pitch. Why chase at a shit pitch in the dirt, you dumbass? 2-2. And this
I've
time he
never
just goes
seen
down staring at it.
he has such a terrible approach at the plate. You know what it seems like, Seth? He always guesses wrong. He never guesses right. And he takes strike 3. Oh, unbelievable. When are they going to sit this guy? Enough already.
When are they going to ship his ass out?
Jeez, I would send him down. I'd send him down. I'd really give him a wake-up call.
Alvarez takes strike 1.
You got to send Beatty down.
And sometimes I wonder how Alvarez recovers as fast as he does.
Oh, it's incredible. He was supposed to be out 6 weeks with the knee, right? He came back in 3.5.
What, does he rehab these himself?
He's just a tough guy.
Either that or he has an X gene that's comparable to Wolverine's that lets him regenerate.
Yeah, right.
Fouled off the foot, 1 and 2.
He beats himself up so much. Still wearing pink. June can't end soon enough.
And isn't he supposed to be wearing blue, baby blue today because it's Father's Day?
Oh, he doesn't. No, he doesn't give a shit. It's Pride Month. That takes precedent over everything. Pride Month. You could have Jesus come down and do a Times Square sermon, and they would be covering Pride Month.
2-2. I'm just saying, wasn't the tradition that for every Father's Day game, everyone is mandatory to wear the baby blue?
Yes, the only time I used to see pink was for Mother's Day, and then for the cancer awareness.
Strike 3.
You would see that.
Yeah, but breast cancer awareness, that's more common with football, isn't it?
Well, I think they used to wear it, the ribbon or something.
I'm just saying it's more common in football than it is in
Strike 3.
baseball.
What are they looking for? These are fastballs down the middle, 90. What are you looking for? You know he's trying to get ahead of you. He's up 4 runs. First of all, Seth, the hitting coach has to go. This hitting coach is atrocious.
Well, what do you think? He's fucking Brian Snitker's son.
They don't have a clue, this team.
Well,
Now, does Lindor return tomorrow, Seth?
What?
Does Lindor return tomorrow?
It was either tomorrow or Tuesday.
I would think tomorrow, but if he's ready, he's ready. I think if they lose this, they have to.
I'm just going off the scuttlebutt I've been hearing, but either way, I don't care at this point. The sooner we get a regime change, the better. And that's all I've been asking the big guy for upstairs.
George Steinbrenner? Bruce Springsteen? Who? I'm joking.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
1 and 2. I mean, sure, asking for a gospel, wanting a prayer based around a destruction gospel instead of a prosperity one, a bit odd for me. But this team pisses me off so much, I want to see this team get destroyed right in the front office.
Yeah, I'm just so disgusted. Look, Wheeler's a good pitcher, don't get me wrong, but you don't even have a game plan yet.
And it'll be a shame when he goes next season. Will it not?
What is he, 36 years old now?
Something like that. But I'm just saying because of the surgery he wants, because of the issue with the thorax. Papa and the owner.
He's going to retire?
That's what he said last year when he had after the surgery.
You know what? I would.
You're right. They kept him out most of.
I would think it depends how close they get to a World Series this year.
I'm just saying that at this point, if he is going to retire in 27, do it. You don't want what happened to Steven Strasburg happening to you. That's why he said that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, Washington rode Strasburg until the wheels fell off.
Yeah, they destroyed him. Matt Harvey, but I think Harvey was finished before that.
To be fair, it was more the drug addiction that did Harvey in my view.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. I do agree with you.
Austin Warren now comes on the pitch. Peterson's done after 4 innings, 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 4 earned runs.
I have to get back to my bank card. I'm having a problem with my bank card. I got shut out of my bank. I hope I didn't get hacked. I will see you if you're around at 9:30. I'm going to go on. Of course, you're welcome in, okay?
All right. You want
Thank
to
you,
keep
brother.
this run on your station or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Take care, brother.
All right. So, yeah, until this game's over, yeah, Syndergaard also had some arm issue, had the same thoracic issue, and the Mets rode him until the wheels fell off, and he was reduced to a bullpen arm. Philly did a decent job with him in 22, but after that, he fell off the cliff. Austin Warren will face Trey Turner. No, wait, that's not Turner. I think that's Stott. No, that's Harper. My bad. Yeah, he went to the Angels, got injured, went to Philadelphia, was used as a light starter, and then he basically hung it up. And that one's foul off the netting near the tarp, 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. Two and 1. Three one pitch from the Rabbit. Goodbye. 6-1 Philadelphia. And Harper's halfway to another cycle. 6-1 Philadelphia. William, I am fully aware of that. That's number 17 on the year for Harper. Bohm takes a cut and misses 0-1. Went after the sweeper. Oh, and to Austin Rover, a.k.a. Tiny Tino, the big Philly rage-baiting piece of shit troll on Facebook and YouTube, don't fucking rub it in, all right? What you view as humor, I view as annoying. Only Hank Aaron, Will McCovey, Ryan Howard, Mike Schmidt, Willie Stargill, and I didn't see the name beneath him, have hit more homers off the Mets than Bryce Harper. For Bryce, that was his 42nd of his career off Met pitching. 2-2 as the sweeper goes away from Torrens. Full count. Ball 4. Strike 1. 1 to Sosa. Swing and a miss. 0-2. I mean, seriously, where's Perona and her negative ghosts to really beat this team down when you need him? As far as or at least beat Mendoza down when you need him. I mean, give me a hollow fruit. I'll hit Mendoza with one. And you know why? And of course, let's go back to the Doc Gooden fight of 1990. Many believe this is a fight that cost the Mets the postseason that year. Phillies were winning that game too, and then a massive fight broke out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And I would hit Mendoza with it. And you know what I hope he'd be saying in there? I hope he'd be saying, I'm not fit to live as a human. Hell, I'm not even... Mendoza, you're not even fit to be fucking dog food! Same thing with you, Stearns. Perhaps. With what, Rhea? That Stearns is not fit to live, or he's not fit to be even fit to be fucking dog food? Or both. Brandon Marsh up next. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. Why do you think I've asked Urinating Tree to do a darker version of Low Mets, of his Meet the Mets bullshit videos for Low Mets 2026 edition? Swing and a miss, strike 3. Both. Fair enough. Fair enough. Something Usopp and I have in common. I naturally have a negative personality. One and 2. 0-2. That's true, Gio. One and 2. And for those wondering, if it means I get to do what I said with the hollow fruit to Carlos Mendoza, yes, I am willing to accept the trade-off of eating the damn thing. Line caught by Young, inning over. Mets still cough up a Harper shot. 5 innings complete, 6-1 Mets. And for those wondering what the trade-off / consequences are of eating a devil fruit, I lose the ability. Eating one would cause me to lose the would cause my body to lose its natural inhibitions to swim for the rest of my life. In other words, any body of water deeper than a mud puddle, or bathtub without a flotation device around my body to keep me up. And even with said flotation device around me, I still wouldn't be able to move because, again, anyone who eats a devil fruit can't swim. Would never be able to swim for the rest of their lives. And for those wondering what the hollow fruit does, basically it allows you to shoot a ghost that, when it passes through somebody, it basically causes them to feel the absolute worst about themselves. All the joy gets sucked out of them. Not Dementor's kiss level of getting your soul of the joy sucked out of you, where your soul is also ripped out, but more of you become a depressing, crybaby little mess. Unless you're someone like me or Usopp, who would be immune to the negative hollows, because you naturally possess a negative personality. And that's what it is with me. I naturally have a negative personality. I do take showers, Rhea. Carson Bench up first. He takes a strike at a sweeper 0-1. And ironic, he's the only one who's gotten a run across the board for the Mets. Big hack at the sweeper. Didn't make contact 0-1. We're going to use the curveball, and it's low. 1-1. Two and one. I know about that. He's not going to do that, 3-1. He's as much of a chicken shit coward. That's the problem with managers like Mendoza, Gio. They're conflict avoidant, people pleasing little cunts who would sweep the problem under the rug instead of hard ass them and discipline them. Because if they tried to discipline the team, what happens? It's going to lead to a locker room revolt. Bench gets a piece of that, fouled off. We'll do it again. Isn't that what I fucking say? And as much as most people don't want me to get political on here, again, I guess you could say I'm the sports analyst equivalent of Tetsukadia, someone who would rather tell painful, obvious truths rather than comfortable lies. Payoff pitch outside, Bench on with a leadoff walk. And for those who don't know who Tetsukaria he's a Japanese manga author who wrote the gourmet rom-com Oshimbo from 1983 to 2014, which had a lot of controversies attached to it due to the fact that Karia would basically speak his own mind through the characters and basically call out a lot of political bullshit combined with his culinary research notes. Essentially, and he openly stated he'd rather tell uncomfortable truths over telling comfortable lies. 0-1 pitch. And Bichette chases one out of the zone again, 0-2. That too. And he just stares at it. Strike 3. Bichette, you little pussy fucking cunt. It was right there in the zone. And you didn't bother to go after it. You brain dead cunt. Here's Soto. Single, but got taken down, but got cut down trying to expand it to a double back in the fourth. Worked like an idiot. Zach Wheeler, third all-time in wins since 2020. He's had a lot of quality starts, strikeouts, and a lot of other shit that make him one of the top pitchers in the league this decade. 2-0 pitch, swing, big cut and miss by Soto, 2-1. One after a cutter. So it's been cutter, sinker, cutter, cutter. Ball 3. And Wheeler's getting to his limit. Whether he gets Soto out or not, this is probably going to be his last batter. Given how much Don Mattingly and Rob Thompson have been trying to limit him to avoid destroying his arm and chest cavity through that surgery, following the surgery and the thoracic issue he's got. Ball 4. So here's the question if you're Donnie Baseball. Now that essentially Wheeler's at the pitch limit you're putting him on, do you give him a hook or do you let him pitch to Jared Young? What do you do here if you're Don Mattingly? They're going to let him pitch to Young. A little stupid and a little shocking. Soto has now the fifth highest walk count since before turning 30. 932 walks. That puts him behind Jimmy Fox, Mel Ott, Eddie Yost, and Mickey Mantle. Ball 1. That one's way outside. Side with the split finger. One 0 pitch. Strike 1 as it goes over the plate, and Young doesn't even bother to go after it. Sweeper. That's tipped into the glove. Heater foul, 1-2. Two and two. And Philly comes into this game with a 7% chance to win the World Series this year on Polymarket. High and upstairs, full count. If you're Benj Soto, do you take off on this pitch? Honestly, I don't think you do. Wheeler's at 100 pitches right. About to hit his 100th pitch. Payoff is fouled down the left the line. We'll do it again. At this point, if you're Mattingly, you got to get the bullpen up. Payoff pitch. Out too far in, ball 4. And again, if you're Mattingly, now do you make the call to the bullpen? And it looks like they are. Bolin is getting ready to come out. Here comes Mattingly to take the ball away. And you got to figure Bolin's under the gun here coming in with the bases loaded and 1 man out on 3 walks in 4 batters by Wheeler. Wheeler's line is still open. 5 in the 3rd innings, 7 strikeouts, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 walks, and all 3 of them in this inning. Blame that on the Wilpons for being cheapskates, Gio. And you're right. And when you think about it, for Mattingly, this little interim stint that could evolve into a full-blown stint in a future year, this is his redemption arc if you're Donnie Baseball. And it looks like they're going to let Wheeler stay in. I don't like this move by Mattingly. He'll stay in the pitch to A.J. Ewing. First pitch of the at-bat. Catches the corner, strike 1. Oh, wait, we're getting an ABS challenge. Did this catch the corner? No, it did not. It's a ball. By just 0.2 of an inch. 1-0, 1-0. Ball 2. That one on a cut fastball. The sweeper was overturned. And my question is, will this be Wheeler's last batter that he faces? He's getting gassed. Ground ball, throw to second for 1, back to first, not in time, force out, run home. Mets get that run back. It's now 6-2 Philadelphia. RBI for Ewing, and at this point, if you're Donnie Mattingly, now be the good time to get the hook. You need to give Wheeler the hook, and that's what he's going to do. It's a productive out for AJ. And Zach Wheeler's night is done. 5 2/3 innings, 104 pitches, 7 strikeouts, 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 walks. And he'll lead the game with a lead of 6-2. However, it's runners on the corners, 2 men out. On the other hand, you're facing the last 4 batters in the lineup. The top of the final 4 batters in the lineup who have been horseshit tonight. Marcus Semien, 0 for 2. Brett Baty, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Francisco Alvarez, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Luis Torrens, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And Jonathan Bolin will now come on to replace Zach Wheeler. Guess Kenny flew the coop. Can't blame him. Still, I had close to 100 viewers tonight through the four channels that are being run. One of them is a friend of mine, and he said I can keep this up and running until the end of the game. Maybe I need to shave this damn thing soon. Next Sunday night, it's the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Live from Beantown. Can the Yankees recover? I mean, we don't know when Judge is coming back. First pitch to Semien. Curveball, strike one. Or a slider, excuse me. Semien hacks in another slider, 0-2. He's just going to keep spamming that slider. 1-2 in the dirt. 1-2 low and away. And it was another slider. Now, do I think the slider is as bad of a one-pitch pony? Remind me to kill you, Semien. Remind me to kill you. High fastball, out of the zone, and you fucking chase it. You dumbass. Mets get a run, no hits, 3 walks, 2 stranded. 6-2 Philadelphia. Get through 5.5. Thanks, Gio. A lot of people would have viewed me fucking crazy to sit through a 15-3 ass whipping last night, but I'm a trooper. I mean, 2 baseball games I called stand out and testify or a testament to my year's ALDS between Detroit and Seattle, and Game 3 of the World, which went 15 innings, and Game 3 of last year's World Series between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, where I stayed up till 3 a.m. just to see that game finish in 18 innings. Usopp is my spirit animal. Duh. Warren back out there, ball 1. I don't know who the fuck Johnny Most is. This is just how I normally sound, all right? 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Line to left center, over the glove of Bichette, base hit. Leadoff single for Philadelphia. How am I not fucking shocked by that? Well, I know. At least New York sports fans get a bit of even those who are Mets fans have a bit of solace this year. 2026 was the year, 25-26 was the year of the Knickerbocker. That's fouled off 1 and 2. 2 by Stott. Ground ball. Warren throws to second for 1. Back to first. Got him. 1-6-3. Top free agents per year under 15 million. Let's see. The Knicks go after Ayo Dosunmu, Kobe White, Marcus Smart for point guard, shooting guard, Quentin Grimes. They could bring back Kevin Huerter, Malik Beasley. Small forward. Yeah, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is not leaving Atlanta. Caleb Martin, Torrey Craig. They could bring Jeremy Shohan back on a minimum, but I highly doubt he'd want that now that he's a champion, even for his few games he played for the Knicks. But they're probably just going to let him walk anyway. That's true. Luke Cornett wouldn't want to come back. And there's Don Mattingly's son, Preston, 2-1. Vice president and general manager, and manager of baseball operations for Philadelphia. So there is a bit of nepotism in that front office too, when you think about it. 2-2. Mo Wagner, I don't see him leaving Orlando. And Santi Aldama, where is he playing? Oh, he's with the Grizzlies. And I don't really see Precious. I could see Precious Achua coming back, but he'll want a fat contract. Payoff pitch is chopped. Simeon too young, inning over. So the Mets work around the leadoff hit, but they're still down 6-2 through 6. Okay, I can understand people saying they want Grimes back. They want Cornett back. They want Achua back for the sake of familiarity. But here's the thing. All three of those guys, Achua or Cornett, taking a vet minimum. Achua, yes, but Cornett, no, since he does have a ring from his time in Boston. Because he Grimes taking a vet minimum due to his ego, no. And again, we only have $13 million to work with. in cap space to work with. So apparently the Florida Panthers are getting Brady Tkachuk. And what does Ottawa get out of it? They get both of the Panthers' first-round picks this year in the number 9 and 25 slot in the NHL draft. They get a 2027 second-round pick and a 2029 first-round pick from Ottawa. First pitch is a ball. It looks like it's Jose Alvarado who's come on to pitch for Philadelphia. The baseball player, not the Knick player, who has one of the highest ERAs coming out of that pen. On paper, he should be hittable enough. He's facing Eric Wagaman, who's come on to pinch hit for Brett Beatty, which means this is going to move Wagaman to first, Bichette to third, and Short's going to come into play short. Oh, that was a horrible pun. Swung and a missed strike two. Or they're going to take Soto out of the game and put Melendez in left. I don't know which way it's going to play out for the Mets. Let's look at the batting order here. 2-2. Two pitch to Wagaman. And that's low, full count. Rizzo in the Met dugout. Fly ball, right field, but it's going to hook foul down the line. We'll do it again. But it hooks foul halfway down the line. Let's go back to Rizzo's pitching appearance against as a Cub against Atlanta back in 21. Payoff to Wagaman. Strike three, you're out. And it was the same kind of pitch Semien pitched. A fucking high out of zone heater. You're out of the zone. Fuck. First pitch to Alvarez. Fouled off. Foul off again. Swung and missed. 0-2. Some went down the wrong pipe. Alvarez fouls that one off to the behind the plate. We'll do it again. One. Sometimes I wonder if I'm suffering from a chest infection resulting in this recurring cough, or maybe the dust in the damn apartment. I don't know. Finally catching up to me. I mean, I haven't cleaned this room and this thing in a while. Swing and miss a shit pitch in the dirt, strike 3. God, yeah, I need to come out. Hell, give me a death note, and I would write Stearns and Mendoza's names in the damn thing. Pitch to Torrens is fouled down the first baseline, 0-1. The one pitch after the batter's timeout. And Realmuto is going to visit the mound as Alvarado almost burnt the pitch clock. He almost wasted the entirety of the pitch clock. Brooklyn, I'm fine. Oh. On one pitch. 2-1. Did that one hit him? Or did it hit the glove first? I'd be surprised if we lose this game 6-3, to be honest. Ripped into right field, base hit. Torrens will hit the brakes at first. Another single for the Mets. Back to the top of the order, and Carson Bench was struck out, walked, scored a run, and hit a home run. Scored 2 runs, actually. And it looks like Alvarado's going to be visited by Mangley. His night's done. Oh, wait, Mangley has whiter hair. This is the pitching coach of Philadelphia. Let's go back to the third inning. Bench crushing one to left. That got the Mets on the board. Then in the 6th inning, he was one of 3 men to walk. Amongst rookies, he's 5th with 70 hits, 8th with 9 home runs, and tied for 2nd with 11 stolen bases. Again, amongst the rookie crop. And anyone from Vinny's channel, please subscribe. Who's watching this still, please subscribe to mine. Please. Ball 1. I wouldn't be surprised if Alvarado challenges this. This one looked like it just caught the corner of the strike zone. Nope, they're just going to play through it. Ball 2. It's spelled with an S, Gio. Alvarado goes over the middle, and Bench doesn't bite. 2-1. Way outside. 3-1. Three-one pitch, ground ball, right to Stott. He'll throw it the first inning over. Time to stretch in the city of Brother. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys who are part of Vinny's channel. Mask would make shit worse, dude. Yes. Top 10 finishers today at the Naval Base Coronado were Corey Heim, the winner, his first career win, Bubba Wallace in second, then Kyle Larson, Zane Smith, AJ Allmendinger, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Riley Herbst, Ryan Blaney, and Michael McDowell. And now Brooks Raley will come on to pitch the seventh for the Mets. And as I guess, Wagaman will stay at third base, replacing Bate. Yeah, I thought it'd be Bichette going to third and Wagaman the first, but whatever. Raley's been a decent middle reliever for the Mets this year. An ERA of 2, 27 innings. Strike one. Well, back end to be exact. That's popped up and going in the seat. 0-2. Fouled off again. Oh, 2. Not approved. Ground ball. Short or to Young. Young will step on the bag. 1 down. This is what happened to Harp when Harper was up. First pitch from Raley. Fouls the cutter off. 0-1. Oh, 0-2 on another foul, this time on a sweeper. One, two. 1-2 pitch. Pop up and fouled off into the seats. We'll do it again. Harper rips one. Base hit. But let's not kid ourselves. He's not getting the cycle. He's not getting back-to-back cycles. It's too late in the game for him to even attempt that. We're in the 7th inning. It would require a massive-ass bat around in either this inning or the 8th for him to get a chance to get another trip. When you get a triple and hit back and go for back-to-back cycles. Not happening. He should be content with a 3-for-4 night tonight. And going 7 of 8. And going 7 of 8 over the last 2 games. Strike one. One to Bohm. Perhaps. I wouldn't be too surprised by it, to be honest. Fly ball, center field, Ewing under it. He'll make the catch, 2 down. I've had as close to 100 folks in this thing as I've had. And this is my highest call total for a baseball game, I do want to stress. All time. It's fouled off by Sosa. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Free throw shooting. Boner level bad, but for those who don't know what the hack-a-shack tactic is in basketball, basically you go after the big man because you know he's not a good free throw shooter. Or when you're in the penalty. I mean, when your team is over the foul limit and the opposing team is basically going to get to the free throw line for the remaining duration of the quarter. I don't have tuberculosis, Brooklyn. It's just a very dusty basement, and that one clocked me and rarely hits Sosa on the elbow, so runners on first and second, 2 out. Yep, got him in the elbow. Or in the upper part of the arm. Either way, it's still a hit by a pitch. It's still a hit by pitch. And Justin Crawford will come on the pinch run for Sosa. And that means he's going to be taking over in left field for the rest of the game. Either that, or you move Brandon March to left field and put Crawford in right. Ball 1 to Marsh. Fly ball to center. Ewing moves to his left, makes the catch. So 1 hit, 1 plunk, and the Phillies get nothing out of it. We go to the 8th, 6-2, Philadelphia. Philadelphia 6, New York 2. Fuck you, Popovich. Thanks, guys. And how about I just kick you in the sack, Brooklyn? Doofuses. All-Star Weekend events, July 10th, the HBCU Classic, the Futures game on the 12th, both on NBC, on MLB TV and Peacock, respectively. Netflix will host the Derby again, and of course, Tuesday on the 14th of July in Philadelphia, it'll be on Fox. Bo Bichette leads off, and he takes strike one on a pitch in the fucking dirt. Hurt by, oh God, it's Orion Kerkering, the scapegoat of last year's divisional round for the Phillies against the Dodgers. Strike two. He was also the scapegoat in 24, or one of the scapegoats against the Mets in 24. And as I guessed, there was an outfield shift. Marsh now in left, Crawford in center. Hill goes to right. Sweeper in the dirt. The 1-2. And Bichette pops it up. You dumb fucker. Going to foul ground. Harper's there. One down. You dumb fucker. Futures game alumni in tonight's game. Benj, Beatty, Alvarez, Vientos, Bichette, Williams for the Mets. Crawford, Stott, Bohm, Luzardo, Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Nola, Wheeler for the Phillies. First pitch, it's a sweeper, outside ball one. Two and 0. Three and 0. So we'll take strike one over the middle, this time a four-seamer. So it's been sweeper, four-seamer, sweeper, four-seamer. And Soto takes another four-seamer over the middle. He doesn't even bother to fucking chase. Dumbass. Full count. Are you fucking kidding me, Soto? You could have swung at all three of those pitches, and you buckled and stared at it. You dim-witted son of a fucking bitch. Yeah, I gotta do a deep clean in the apartment tomorrow. Seriously, you brain-dead cunt. Those were right in your wheelhouse, and you chickened out? Young grounds out, inning over. 1-2-3 inning for Kerkering. We go to the bottom of the eighth, 6-2 Phillies. Phillies lead 6-2. People wonder why I call this team a brain dead cunts, because they're being led by a brain dead cunt. Duh. The fact they get outscored essentially at this point 21-5 over the final 2 games of this series, this is horse shit. I'm ready to put the bullet in both Stearns and Mendoza's skulls in the form of a pink bullet that says, "You're fucking fired." AJ Mitchell will come on. He'll face Riamuto, Hill, and Stott. No kidding, he fucking buckled. At this point, I'd be rather busting my ass on some Star Fox right now. First pitch is a ball, 0-1, 1-0. Minter, this is only his 9th game back, but he's been pretty efficient. The only problem is when he goes up against right-handed hitters. 2-0. This is disgusting. Driven to left field. Ewing under it. He'll make the catch in left center. 1 down. It's amazing to me how Stearns and Mendoza have no shame. They literally don't give a damn because Mendoza knows how to manipulate the media. A joke. You're damn right it's a fucking joke. But at this point, the joke's gotten old. The old saying is, fish and visitors stink in 3 days. And this fish is 3 years old and no one's buying it anymore. Ball 1 up and away to Hill. Two one. Hill hits this one. Left field. Playable for Soto. 2 down. Owen pitch to Stott. After he takes a cutter, strike one. Cutter's grounded. Young on the hop. Race to the bag. Got him. A little too close for comfort, but Minter gets a clean inning nonetheless. Last chance for the Mets. Down 6-2. Better than losing 15-3 last night, but the point still applies. You gave up 21 runs over a 2-day stretch, and you only scored 5 in that time. That's why we need to fire Mendoza. He's incompetent, self-indulgent, conflict avoidant, and a major ass-kissing fuck up. Personally, if it were me, I would tell Stearns and Mendoza, Stearns and Cohen, no, I am not so to any of these players. I cut the contracts. Then I'll ask. This thing has been a bit irritating for me tonight. But as I was saying, I would tell those two dimwit fuckwads, I'm not going to allow any political bullshit in the locker room. I'm not sucking up to leftist people-pleasing horse crap. Oh, and by the way, I'm on the spectrum, you little dipshits. And if you do that, it breaks your momentum. You can't touch me. It's going to be up to Ewing, Simeon, and Bate and Wagaman to try to keep this alive against one of the best closers, Johan Duran. Though, to be fair, with Duran, it's not going to count as a save situation unless two or three things happen. One, the Mets get at least one run across the plate. Two, men in scoring position. Right now, this is not a save decision for Duran. First pitch is fouled down the first baseline by Ewing on a split finger, 0-1. Johan Duran has only screwed up on one save opportunity, 26 appearances, 182 average, 24 and 2/3 innings, and a 37-5 strikeout to walk ratio. That one's way outside, 1-1. I want the changeup on that pitch. Ewing hits one in the center, and Crawford has to play that one on a hop, so a leadoff single. Second hit of the night for Ewing, but again, ever since after Thursday night and the night off, the Mets have hit nothing but home runs or singles off Philadelphia pitching, and none of them have really bore a lot of fruit. And when you think about it, that errant throw by Beatty ultimately did the Mets in the start of the game. At the start of the game, first pitch to Semien. Check swing didn't go around on one on the sweeper. 0-1. Going back to that split finger fastball. Down the left field line, but that is sliced and hooked way foul. 1-1. Goes after high heat, 1-2, and misses it. I'm in a pitch out attempt there. Nope, ball 2. I thought with how that one was going to go outside, I the zone, Ewing was going to try to take off. I mean, he is a bit reckless on the base pads. It's after all. 2-2 pitch. Whiff and miss on the sweeper. Strike 3. And MJ Melendez is coming on the pinch hit for Eric Wagaman. Why are you doing this, Mendoza? This is a white flag tactic, you dimwit bastard. I mean, and trust me, I've thrown almost every curse at the profane, obscene curse word and curse diss I could throw him. I mean, in the book at him. I've called him a son of a bitch, a bastard, a cunt, a pussy, a dick, a shit face, a cocksucker. Swing and a miss. Wagaman. And on defensive indifference, Ewing goes to second. Split finger. This time he gets a piece that's fouled off at the plate. 0-2. Why do we even have this cunt wad, MJ Melendez, this little cum wad in MJ Melendez? Could someone explain that? That's what I said. Ball 1. I mean, that's what I said, Raina. Hold the ball and you'd be down 4-2 instead of 6-2. And Melendez would be the tying run right now. And down on a foul tip that gets held this time by Realmuto. Strike 3, 2 away. How am I not fucking surprised by this shit? Seriously, how am I not fucking surprised by this team of cunt-face scumbags? Bags run by a couple of terrorists. We as Met fans need to break down the doors at the front office of the team at Citi Field. We need to tie down Stearns and Cohen and tell them, point the metaphorical gun at them and tell them no more political people pleasing. That means no more Pride Nights, no more inviting Mandami, no more trying to placate to the leftist crowd. You want to seem respectable? Grow a sack instead of being a bunch of cunts. Strikeout, game over. Phillies take the series 2-1 and win this game 6-2. How am I not fucking surprised? I'd like to thank Vinny and his group who stayed with me for this, as well as members of the Aboriginal Sports Network community. Winning pitcher, Zach Wheeler. Losing pitcher, David Peterson. No save involved for Johan Duran. Phillies go to 42-35. Mets drop to 34-43. Comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, as well as the Aboriginal and Hardcore networks, even though I didn't put the game on the ladder. Good. I'm Mets 2-8. I am fucking signing out. Goodbye and good fucking night. Bang. And the